When SAP, the gigantic German enterprise software company, pre-announced some phenomenal numbers last week and took a lot of people by surprise, and then just yesterday suggested that it might even outrun its full-year guidance, it seemed pretty clear that this strength is all about SAP's transformation into a major and fast-growing player in the cloud. In fact, SAP said that its cloud revenues rocketed 116% higher. What's driving that transformation? I think a lot has to do with Concur Technologies, the leading purveyor of cloud-based corporate travel and expense management software that SAP brilliantly acquired for $8.3 billion in December of last year. This deal made SAP the second largest player in the cloud by revenue, right behind Salesforce.com. Now, when SAP bought Concur, they did something really smart. They decided to keep around the visionary management team. I think this deal made a ton of sense, given that Concur's travel and expense management platform helps businesses save a fortune on their travel costs, makes it easier for executives to see what their employees are charging their expense accounts. With this shift to the cloud and the Concur acquisition in particular, it's no surprise to me at all that SAP is now one of the few older tech companies that has figured it out and gives you both value and growth. So in order to get a better sense of what's happening in the world of cloud computing and corporate travel, let's take a closer look with Steve Singh, who remains the CEO of Concur, as well as being a member of SAP's Global Management Board. Mr. Singh, welcome back to Mad Money.
Nice to see you again, Jim.
Steve, first of all, congratulations. I never got to congratulate you in person. What a fantastic thing you did for shareholders and for yourself, because you're sticking around.
You know, first of all, thank you. And it's been an amazing year. I would tell you, look, the trust that Bill and Hasso put in Concur and in me, this has been fabulous. This has been an incredible year, not only from the growth of our business, but also the fun that our people are having, building on a much bigger platform than we ever were able to do on our own.
All right, so speak to what it means. A company that SAP is working with, suddenly they slot in Concur, or a company that Concur was working with, suddenly you introduced SAP?
Yeah, so this is the beauty of SAP, right? This is one of the biggest global technology companies in the world. Mm-hmm. They have more than 250,000 customers. And the beauty of the last 4 quarters, we've been a part of SAP for 4 quarters. Right. The beauty of the last 4 quarters is we've seen that global scale really help us. Right? We were growing at fast rates even before becoming part of SAP. But what's been really amazing is every single quarter since then, we've grown at even faster, accelerating growth rates every quarter.
Which I'm always afraid won't happen once you get swallowed up. Yeah. You know this. You know the drill. Fast-growing company gets swallowed up by a behemoth, and then it just kind of disappears.
Acquisitions are really hard to do. Yeah. But you know, fundamentally, the success of acquisitions is driven by the focus of the management team that's doing the acquisitions. In this case, you think about what Bill and Hasso have been driving from an acquisition strategy. They've been laser focused on buying growth companies and then giving them a chance to flourish. But look, it isn't just Concur that had an amazing last 4 quarters. Look at, by the way, as the CEO, former CEO, recovering CEO of Concur, it's wonderful to see the success of Concur. But as a shareholder, I look at this and say, look, it's great to see the growth we're seeing in all of our cloud businesses, whether it's Ariba or Fieldglass or SuccessFactors or Hybris. Last quarter, the quarter we just finished, more than 100% growth in revenue and in bookings for all of our cloud businesses. Even when you back out the positive impact of Concur, we're still growing at best-in-class revenue growth rates and best-in-class bookings growth rates.
Well, let's talk about Concur and what it brings, the return on investment for a company that brings it in, all the new innovations you constantly have, and it's all in your handheld. Just describe what the product does for those who've never heard of it.
One of the things that I'm really excited about is we can continue to execute on this vision that we had of creating the perfect trip, right? The idea that I can speak to my phone and say, look, book me a flight from Seattle to Philadelphia, and not only will I book that flight automatically for you as the provider of that software, but I'll say, okay, I know what hotels you like. I know what's within your corporate policy. I'll book that all automatically for you. And as you take that trip, we'll fill out your expense report for you automatically. That's the beauty of Concur. And now we get to do this at a global stage that's 10x the size of what we had before. Right? That's what the mission we're executing on.
And while you're at it, you don't necessarily need the expense of a travel department. And I imagine the amount of fraudulent T&E has come down big because of Concur.
Massively. In fact, I know that your parent company is a great customer of ours. And you know that we've seen great savings. Simply because the more we can push this to a model where this can be done automatically for you, the less you need in human services, the less you need in complex business processes. It gets done for you automatically.
People are fascinated by all the different changes in travel. Could you just run it through the way it was versus the way it is now, right from the booking all the way to where you stay and eat?
Go back, 10, 15 years ago, right? You'd pick up the phone and call your travel desk. Right. And somebody would, basically book your airfare, book your hotel, and everything else. Today, that's done in 2 or 3 clicks. But the real pain part of travel was when you came back, you had to fill out typically on a piece of paper or a spreadsheet all these little cells that says this is how much I spent by day, by category. Today, that's being done. 80% of the expense report is filled out for you automatically. Right?
I know, I love that.
This is the beauty of Concur and the promise of what we can do under SAP.
There's also an element that Concur leads on the sharing economy and the on-demand economy.
Yeah. So, for example, you know what? We just signed a great deal with Lyft. We signed a great deal with Hotel Tonight. In fact, another deal just recently signed was Booking.com. Right? All these amazing companies that help you book travel integrated into the Concur platform.
Last question. I saw the American Express reported a disappointing number tonight. They owned a stake. Any reason why you think they just didn't buy it? Would have been so smart.
I can't comment on that. But Jim, here's the thing that I do love. SAP is in this amazing position where it's got a great growth business in cloud, which I think investors understand and expect. But the part that's beautiful about SAP is that we're also seeing our core business grow. Right? S/4HANA delivered positive year-over-year growth rates in a market where our competitors, in fact, our biggest competitors, actually saw declines. I think this is the part of the story of SAP that's going to be the really positive surprise.
No, you're absolutely right. I was stunned by how great the number is. I said, no, I'll call Singh. Singh's got it. That's Steve Singh, the CEO of Concur and a member of SAP's Global Management Board. And what a fantastic job mentioning the co-CEOs that what they've done at SAP. Mad Money is back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.